Hi guys, welcome back to another project video. As you can see, we have our L322 Range Rover in the background. This is the new look of our L322 Range Rover. I'll show you now. Much cleaner look. Doesn't have the bonnet vents on here. Got the wheels on, new wheel nuts. Running sweet as a nut. This I've done about 250 miles in this. Running sweet as a nut. So yeah. Beautiful. So what we've done in the engine bay, we've given it a quick clean. Still a little bit muddy. We'll be getting it steamed. We've done oil and filter. Done a brand new fuel filter. Air filter was absolutely manky. Even the oil was really dark, hadn't been changed for a while, so it's running so much better. Changed our power steering pump here, brand new serpentine belt as well for the power steering pump, because obviously that was really bad as well. That belt here, I'll show you in a sec. This belt was really bad. Sorry for that's the ABS sensor that we've just changed as well. That's the rear left ABS sensor. And the belt, here we are. Really bad, as you can see. And that is just like that, all the way around that belt. Terrible. Still got to give this a quick clean out. I haven't forgot. I am going to do it. Just enjoying it in the snow at the moment, because obviously it is snowing quite heavily here in Durham. Seems to have came down, but seems to have died down. But yeah, I have to say I'm really impressed with the way she's running. Really impressed with the way everything is. It's bringing up obviously the suspension fault, which we're aware of. I thought it was the ABS sensor. Clearly now it's not the ABS sensor, because that is still on the dashboard. But I'm thinking maybe check the fuses next on the hill descent control, because that is showing that it's inactive. So I'm wondering if it's the hill descent control that is going to be the potential issue on this. But yeah, brilliant. I have to say I'm really impressed. I know everybody's saying to us it's a lemon, you've got to be crazy, £1,000 Range Rover, blah. It's never going to be as clean as a £3,000 to £4,000 Range Rover, let's be honest with you. And like I said, on an 06, which is the latest year that you can actually buy a TD6, I generally think I do have a bargain. Yes, it's a bit of a lemon. There's issues with it that need to be fixed, but they're issues that can be fixed. My main test with this car is how this car can do over the next 3 months to see me through the winter, and if only it doesn't cost a fortune, then I think what I'll do is I'll start spending a little bit of money on things like the bodywork and so on and so forth. We've got ourselves a tailgate. I'm just waiting on that to get painted by my friend Tom from Tom's Scuffs and Paint Services. So yeah, I'm just currently driving over to Northumberland now to see my father. He definitely needs something like this to get through there, because where he lives is a valley. There's no way to get a truck down there and then back up, even on the big 4x4 6x6 spreading trucks. You just can't do it. It's just impossible. So no trucks go down there. I've taken a lot of the rubbish off as well. Lots of stuff on the bodywork, things like the bonnet vents have now gone. The rear diffuser stuff that people put on, that's now gone. That's going to be in the video before this one. What you'll probably see is a couple of videos done where it's like me taking stuff off the car, a couple of bits and bobs of me working on the car, a couple of bits and bobs where obviously we've done the oil filter service and so on and so forth. But yeah, I'm really happy to say that this is on the road. It seems to be working well. MPG wise, it's showing like 21 MPG, which I'm not really expecting of anything much more than that, if I'm honest with you. It sounds really good as well. Like this TD6, this M57 BMW 3-litre lump sounds really well. It's quite torquey as well. It's not like it's a slouch. I just think it's obviously not as powerful as the 3.6 and the 4x4 TD V8 twin turbo lumps that you get, but I reckon that this lump is probably more reliable, surely, than the Tata, whatever it was back then, the lumps that they give. So we're just going down the A1 at the moment, and there's a couple of things that keep picking up. Suspension fault. Obviously we know that the air suspension at the moment is inactive, a little bit wobbly in here now. We're doing 50 miles an hour, and yeah, it says lifting up vehicle slowly, and then the next thing you know it says suspension fault, keeps pinging. And like I said, it just feels we're a little bit more bumpy than usual. Here's the bing. Still driving though. I mean, it says max speed 30, I'm doing 50. It's yeah, it's very bumpy, very bumpy. Typical Range Rover woes with air suspension. Personally, I don't like the air suspension. I know it's a Range Rover trick, air suspension linked in with a hill descent control and all that, like, but I just don't like cars with air suspension. What you usually find is cars that have air suspension fail probably about 10 years or so. They start having air suspension issues because of the cars that they're designed and being fitted to. Things like Bentley Continentals, Audi 8s, Range Rovers, Land Rover Discoveries. It just seems to be one of those things where it just fails and it seems to cost the earth. Obviously on the Range Rover you can pretty much get a suspension strut with a bag for like £193. Sensors seem to be quite cheap as well, but I think it's more sort of labour intensive on a Range Rover. They're not as bumpy as anymore, so hopefully that has solved the issue. It's funny this, because I was actually out in this the other day and it was doing pretty much the same thing on the way through to Northumberland. However, on the way back we had nothing, no issues at all. It was almost like it was exactly the same place it happened. So we're going to get another code reader on this to see if there was an air suspension fault pointing to a sensor or something. So hopefully that's just that. I think it's the ABS sensors that's linked with the hill descent control. That's pretty much what's going to be causing the issue, but we'll find out soon.